and welcome to episode 16 of Kat's Caffeinated Craftcast. I'm not actually caffeinated this time around, well, not any more than I usually am. Usually am when I'm not filming, because usually I have to, hop myself up on caffeine to, want to do this. But I have motivation from elsewhere today. Hello, welcome back, and welcome if you are new here. I assume most of you are new, because it has been 6 freaking months since the last time I filmed an episode. I'm so cute. My name is Kat, as evidenced by the name of the show. I am about to turn 25. I'm 2 days away from it as of filming, but you should be seeing it on my birthday, so happy birthday, cheers. Yeah. This is the 3rd time I have tried filming this. I am so done. So done. Absolutely just completely done. So I am potentially going to be motoring right the hell through everything and not giving you any actual details. Cause the first time, this is the 3rd time, if I didn't say that already. The first time, I rambled way too much and didn't even get past the intro and then overshared a lot. And then the second time the camera wasn't on. Okay, anyway, so I'm Kat, 25, they, them, live in an apartment with the Goblin King, who is my fiance, husband, the girlfriend, our girlfriend, we're poly. Not poly, because poly implies openness. Either way, I don't feel like getting into the semantics of it right now. I don't have time. Do not have time. She lives here too. We have 3 cats. We have the roommate. This is mostly knit and crochet, but occasionally there will be other crafts. There are other crafts this time around. And I would like to apologize for the washer and dryer being noisy. If you watched the last episode, episode 15, I was complaining about how we didn't have a washer and dryer still. We didn't get one back until midway, almost February. So we were washer and dryer, we were washerless. We had a dryer the whole time, but we were washerless from basically the weekend before Thanksgiving to nearly February, which was really, really fun. So yeah, that problem is solved. So now I have a washer and dryer, they're going. If it had worked the 2nd time, or the 1st time, if we were not in try 3, you wouldn't have that noise, but it's late now and I need to get the laundry done. So the break was a lot longer than I intended it to be. Initially, I was just gonna take the end of the year off and come back on my normal sort of every 2 weeks podcast episode schedule that I had started to maintain there, but really didn't at the same time. Anyway, but there was a project, the paint pan socks. If you watched the last one, you know. Not the last podcast episode, but the last. Basically anything I did in December. My whole Vlogmas. Oh my goodness gracious, the carbonation's getting me. I'm sorry. Basically everything I did in December, I was talking about the paint pan socks. I've talked about the paint pan socks a lot. I really, really wanted them. And I had started them on December 21st, and I had to restart them 3 times before I got them to a point that I liked them. And then they went in the timeout when I finally got a size that would go over my stupid fucking ankle. And then I literally just picked it up a couple of weeks ago and finished the whole damn sock in 3 days. You'll see it in a minute. But it's not fun for me to edit either because of the technology I have and how long I tend to ramble. And I also wasn't in a particularly great headspace as well, which is a reason I've used a lot to excuse myself. And I don't need to excuse myself because no one's really holding me accountable for this. It's not like I'm being graded on this. But I know that there are some people who really like it. I don't know who you are, but I love you. You're here. Thank you. So I haven't been in a good headspace for most of the time. And then our girlfriend moved in. These are her plants here. She has a bunch of avocados. I got distracted by a lizard on the porch. That is the Puerto Rico flag. It's supposed to be a little noisemaker that makes coquille noises at night, but it doesn't, and it's stuck in our hibiscus plant that looks really sad because we trimmed it yesterday. But yeah, and then, yeah, no, basically just life changes, headspace, not having that project done, which kind of circles back around to headspace, because, like, why would not having that done make me not, anyway, so, I've also been taking, like, a very, like, not a complete, like, no Instagram, no YouTube, no, like, knitting and crafting community, like, sort of break, but, like, I've been really scaling back what I do online, and so it's, like, mostly, like, just fandom stuff, like, not anything real world, for mental health reasons. So, like, I don't know what's going on within the fiber community, so I don't know who's doing make-alongs, I don't know who's having beef with who, any of that, not a dang thing. I'm sorry if this half of my face is really, really dark. I don't think moving is gonna do anything for it. I'm using the front-facing camera today, so if the quality is, like, drastically different, let me know. And we have a lot of shenaniganery happening to get the front-facing camera to work, and I also cannot see half of my face because of the way my tripod works. So yeah, so I don't know about beef, I don't know about make-alongs or anything. I just know that it's July, and so most of us are starting in our Christmas gifts. So I have Christmas Yulemas prep stuff lined up to talk about, so I will be starting those here in the coming days once I finished a major, very large project I have to talk about. So we're going to start with my finished objects. There's only 4 of them. There are technically more than that, but there are only 4 that I really feel like sharing. So it is 2 pairs of socks, self-striping socks, because those are really nice to knit and just zone out and watch movies with. So this one is both patterns. Both of the colors are Patton's Croy sock, Patton's Croy sock yarn. So the black dark gray is Gentleman's Gray, and then the purple stripe, purple pink stripe, I don't remember what the name of it is. Amethyst maybe, or something, amethyst stripes, not really super sure. And these ones I did 2 at a time. I made an Instagram post about them, like starting them before I even actually started them, and then didn't update ever on it. I'm starting to turn very pink because it's very warm. This is the porch door here, and I am in Florida, so I am not that inebriated. This is like halfway gone, and I've been sipping on it since about 1:30. I'm fine, and it's probably just about 2:30, 3 now? Yeah. I don't drink alcohol quickly. I sit there and I sip on it for ages. Anyway, so this one is the gray, the heels, cuffs, and toes are Knit Picks Cobblestone Heather in Stroll in Cobblestone Heather. And then the stripe yarn, you can see these stripes a lot better on camera than you can in person. They're pretty much invisible in person. It's Universal Yarns, but it's like one of their like subsections, so it's like Wisdom Yarns or something like that. And I don't remember the colorway. I know that I had 2 of them. I had 2 colorways of the same thing, and one of them was Milan, and Milan, M-I-L-I-N-E, or maybe there was Milne? Maybe there was no second I. I don't know. One of them was that, and the other one was called Blake. So, 2 socks. Didn't even weave the ends in on these ones. These ones I finished up right before we went to Puerto Rico for the 10th through the 14th. And then I brought another pair of socks, you'll see in a second, with me, and did not work on them at all. I brought a couple of scrap yarns to make hexie puffs and worked on the hexie puffs the whole time. Here are the 2 framework bralettes I have made. I made this one for myself, which obviously my colors, yes. This was a skein from ChemKnits. The only problem I have with this is that I didn't knit the straps long enough, because I'm like, oh, I'm short, I can get away with shorter straps. No, you got things, hun. You need to make the straps longer. So I need to unpick the straps, probably undo the hexie puffs I made from this yarn. I did 2, that's all I had left over. And fix the straps, make them a bit longer, and hopefully it'll be actually wearable for me. And hopefully it's not the fact that like I made here to here too short, because I did the math. I did all the math, I did the gauge, all of that. Everything is fine. So hopefully it's just the straps making it very difficult for me to wear. Yeah. Then I made this one for my girlfriend. And this is from some random, supposedly DK weight, but it felt much lighter. It felt like a patent Crochet, but the gauge is on, so there's that at least. Yarn that I got at the thrift store. It's a really lovely sort of fall colors with electric blue and like royal purple splotches in it. I did not alternate skeins, but thankfully on this side, like the pooling doesn't look super obvious. It looks pretty pretty even and like not spirally. But then you put it on this side. Okay, well, you can't notice it on camera as much, but in person, like the spiral of the purple and the blue is very obvious. So yeah, those are the finished objects I have to show you. That aren't like examples of what I'm making. Then we have my half objects, which are the paint pan socks. Yeah, it's 3 socks, and then I actually have another thing that's more than halfway done. 2 things maybe even that's more than halfway done. So we're gonna start with the paint pan socks. As I said, I had to restart these 3 times. First time I did it with 64 stitches, which is my usual number. Occasionally I'll use 58 if it's a really plump yarn or I'm using bigger needles. But I used 64 to start with. I got the first 3 pattern repeats, tried it on my ankle, it was too small. I went up to the next one, the next size, which I don't remember what the count for that one was, got it to the 3rd color repeat, and wouldn't go over my ankle. So then I measured my foot and I looked at her like size chart, and that means that I was at the extra large size, the 78 stitches, which is much larger than I usually make it. And so this one fits over my foot. It's actually kind of baggy in most places. I did not like the way the toe was written. I thought it created a really ugly toe. And like, I almost want to say that looking at that toe and being like, oh my god, that it's going to go on my foot, was like causing like body dysmorphia in my head, which is great. Love that. So I just did the toe like how you usually would with the decrease flat, or plain, whatever, without a decrease row, and so on and so forth. I had to do a little bit of math to figure out how many stitches need to be on each needle. And then the heel is an afterthought heel that you're supposed to do the same way as the toe. And this is supposed to get you the length for your foot that you need. My foot is, I believe, 9 inches, or it's 9.5 inches long, so that means I need an 8 or an 8.5 inch long, like, finished thing for the amount of negative ease a sock is supposed to have. So, like, I followed the instructions and everything, and I did what I was supposed to, and, like, did gauge and everything, so I was all of that. And then I finished the toe and everything. I hadn't started the heel yet, and then I measured the foot from, like, where the like, lifeline for the afterthought heel was to the toe, and it was basically already the full length I needed. So that's why this heel is so short and, like, wide. It fits all right. It's baggy, like, the whole thing is baggy. So these are probably gonna wind up being house socks. I probably wasn't gonna wear them out anyway because I did put so much work into them. But speaking of the putting so much work into them, I don't think I am ever going to do an all over pair of colorwork socks again. I'm going to do the second one, and this is going to be it for all over colorwork. I might do like just under the cuff and like just at the toe, because there's a pattern called On the Fence that I really want to do with my like Animal Crossing themed yarn, because I think it would be really cute and kind of funny that it's like Animal Crossing New Horizons themed yarn, and the pattern is called On the Fence, and like one of the big draws was fences. I thought it was funny. So yeah, that's that one. The second one, I haven't even finished the cuff on. I hate ribbing. This is why I don't do, like if I'm just doing a standard vanilla sock with like self-dropping yarn, I do toe up now, is because I realized that I absolutely hate doing ribbing. And if the ribbing is in the way between me like finishing the first sock and then starting the second sock, and I have the ribbing to do on the second sock, I absolutely will not get to the second sock, which is a bummer. But I really, really want the paint pan socks. I've been talking about them literally since they came out, which was like, what, over a year ago now? Maybe even more than that. I don't know. I don't remember when they came out. So yeah, there's that. And I'm using, the stitch marker on this guy is a little glass seal that one of my friends brought back from Japan for me, like one of the times he went to Japan when we were in high school. Then the next one, this is one that like, this is a sock that I just sort of like threw together with some random yarn with the intent to like test out how I liked doing afterthought heels, because paint pan socks have afterthought heels in them, and a couple of other patterns I have say that you can use afterthought heels. So this is the Patton's Croy stretch sock, which I believe is a discontinued sock base now. And I think I can see why. So it is a cotton wool blend with like a significant amount of nylon or some other stretching material. It's very, very thin. Very, very thin. I don't really know if I can show you that right, like just how incredibly thin it is. So this one, what I was doing was I was testing out how I liked the process of making afterthought heels. So I've got that guy there, and I was also doing fold over with a heel tab cuffs. I quite like this. I quite like the fold over cuffs because no ribbing. I did do this one toe up, and I also believe I used 58 stitches, which might be part of the reason why I don't like the way this one looks when it's on my foot, because the afterthought heel gapes so much, like so much gaping. So I have another ball of this, and the reason why I was like, oh, I'll just use this one for testing the afterthought heel is because I got it at a thrift store and I paid 25 cents a ball. I don't care. Like, if this yarn is ruined, this yarn is ruined. So I might try this again with a larger number of stitches and see if that helps the gaping here after I make the second one in this size. But I also kind of feel like the second skein of this yarn will not be touched at all. And if you're wondering what colors and yarns I'm using in the paint pan socks, by the way, I have an entire video about the paint pan socks. It was my last Vlogmas, so it'll be the most recent video, like the one right before this one when you go to my page. If you want to hear more about those colors and whatnot. Sorry, I was leaning down so I could see the time bar. So the next one, I'm calling them my trans flag socks. They're actually the Animal Cookies colorway from Knit Picks, Felici. So it was one of the 2020 summer colors. Oh, it is such a mess, and I was in the middle of doing a heel. My goodness, I should finish this up before I toss it back in the bag. But, so, here, let me use, oh, this is the one with all of the stitch markers on it and everything. So yeah, between these two blue stripes is the trans flag. So it's blue, pink, white, pink, blue. It's very cute. I really like it. So the main body of the sock, this striping is Felici Animal Cookies by Knit Picks, and then the rest of it is a Knit Crate yarn I got at some point. Speaking of Knit Crate, I did stop subscribing to them because they changed their the way they do their whole thing. So they increased the price and they got rid of the opportunity to choose the color. Yeah. Which honestly would have been fine. Like, the price would have been fine if I had kept the ability to change the color. And probably the inability to change the color would have been fine if the price hadn't changed. And I know that they took both of those away as a way to streamline the process of getting the bags out to us. But it really bothered me because I got a neutral skein of yarn that I intended to put up on Instagram and ask if anyone wanted to trade, but it's been so far that, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get one of the May Knit Crate colors at this point. Yeah, but I may be able to get, like, something else that's not neutral, because it's the neutral colorway. It's like a peachy orange, and I do not like it. I'm not gonna use it. Anyway, so these guys, 2 at a time, 68 stitches, size 1.5, so 2.5 millimeter, and these are Knit Pros, I believe, and I'm using the Fish Lips Conceal. So yeah, that is all of the half-done socks. And I need to remind myself to finish the heel. Did not realize that the heel wasn't finished. I'm gonna pull up a little bit now that I don't have to have the basket in my lap. Get a drink, water. Then we're gonna move on to the next two mostly finished objects. I do actually need to slide back a bit for this one. So first up, we have my Morale Fiber hooded mandala duster. So give me 2 seconds to try and figure this out. So here we are. We have the, put it over me, that's the mandala there in the center. It's gigantic. The hood is gigantic. I put it on and it looks like a lace Jedi robe, like it's even trailing on the ground. I don't know what happened. My gauge is on. My gauge is on. This thing is huge. I did less, so I did the large size because, you know, I'm a little bit of a large gal. It's massive. It's massive. The hood, it's absolutely gigantic. Like, I even made my hood smaller than what the measurements she had listed on her hood addendum portion were. And the hood is so big. Like, I put the portion that you crochet as the hood add-on. Like, I put that over my head, and it, like, ends, like, here, and then you have all of the rest of, like, the lace and the border and everything that comes down like this, so it looks like a veil. It's hilarious. So this is 3 colorways of Karen Cotton's cakes. 2 of them are from last summer's colors, and 1 of them is from this year's, so you might be able to get the gray. So we have this mauve on the edge, which is Karen Cotton Cakes Mauve from the 2020 colorway. This center section and then this section here are done in the grape jam stripe, also from, sorry, low power mode, getting turned on, also from the 2020 colorway selection. And then we have basically anywhere where it's just gray, so this bit here, and then this bit here to here. I don't know if you can see that very well. That is the color gray, soft gray stripes, something like that. I had to recake it, I had to reball it last night because it just fell apart on me. Yeah, so I am currently on the first sleeve. I had to completely undo it last night. I had it most of the way done, and then I realized I didn't like the way it was fitting. It was fitting too largely, and I hadn't even started the increasing yet. So this should be done soon-ish, if it doesn't wind back up in the timeout pile, because it was definitely in the timeout pile for a good long while, because I started this in March. And then I didn't pick it back up until, I picked it up for a bit in May, I believe, and then I told myself I was going to finish it in June. It's now the 6th, I believe, and it's not finished. So there's that. Then, I don't actually know, so we're moving on into regular whips now, regular whips. I have a whole bunch of acrylic granny squares in a bunch of different colors, and I'm going to make a granny cardigan, a granny square cardigan. I think I have about half of the squares I need right now, so that's basically whenever I need some, like I want to crochet, but I need something that's going to be done quickly for like that instant gratification boost. These guys. So boom, there's that. Next, we're gonna move on to some things that have been languishing for a bit. Oh, if you see there-ish, I think, there is a red gingham bag that has a blanket in it, or like a picnic blanket I was making. I hate the colors. I'm gonna frog it. So we have this guy, which is gonna be a blanket or a tablecloth or something like that. It is, 3 different colors. It is a purple, a blue, and a black. The purple and the blue are from Knit Crate and have stellina in them. The purple also has silk, and then the blue has mohair. And then the black is Knit Picks chroma fingering in black. And I am using a 4.5mm hook on that guy. I do not remember right now what millimeter hook I'm using on the granny square cardigan. I just know that it's a lot smaller than you would usually use for worsted weight. Then I have, why are there 2 hooks in here? Never mind, we'll question it later. Then I have a pentagram, so it's going to be, the working title, the working name on it is Pentagram Crop Top. So it's gonna have like a little, like it's gonna be a V-neck sort of, and then it's gonna have strings that make it look like a pentagram. And I've currently got about half of the band for it finished and done. So this was inspired by a character from an online cartoon called Hell of a Boss. It's not child appropriate. It's on YouTube. I think every month or so there's new episodes, and one of the characters is voiced by the dude who voiced Zim from Invader Zim. And one of my online friends from the Tumblr sphere got me into it because of that. And there's a character in it called Luna, and she wears like a little crop top. I think hers is actually a t-shirt that has a pentagram in it. And I thought it was really cute and I wanted to copy it. I'm making that with the Lion brand jeans in the color vintage. Oh goodness. I don't know if it's dusty, or I don't know, like, maybe I just am not used to talking this much. That's probably what it is. Okay. Then we have my Be Curious quilt, which I have a whole bunch going on in here. Yeah, I don't want my phone to die while I'm doing this, so I might make a special, like a little 10-minute video about this guy at some point, just so you can see everything, because it's really fun and I do quite like the colors I'm getting for it. And then this is like halfway whip, halfway plan. So it's dishcloths and washcloths. So I got some, so I found at the thrift store a skein of Lily Sugar and Cream Scrub Off without the ball band at the thrift store, and I really liked the yarn. I made some washcloths with it. So then I tracked down what the yarn was, found out that it was the Sugar and Cream Scrub Off, and I bought a whole bunch from Joann's online. So I started making washcloths with all of them. Most of the colors that I have, I've already separated to be a bit of the scrubby bit and a bit of the plain cotton bit. So it's just one little ball makes one washcloth. Oh goodness, that's a mess. This is the only one that I haven't prepped, essentially, to just be able to grab and go. But that's what these ones look like. Yeah. And then I'm making washcloth ones, which are the Red Heart Scrubby yarn in the center, paired with the sugar and cream in either variegateds or solids that just kind of go with the scrubby colors I have. And I have a lot going on in here because I actually quite enjoy just doing things that are actually useful. One of the fun things that I really like about these guys is that I am doing the linen stitch around the edge. So Tony from TL Yarn Crafts did a video about how to do them. She's using the linen stitch squares for her temperature blanket. I believe she's doing a temperature, not a mood. And she put out the like how to, and I was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. So I also have some rainbow coasters that I made using the linen stitch. I have some rainbow cotton that I found at the thrift store. So that is all of the whips I wanted to talk about as well. Ta-da! We're going. Then, plans. So birthday cast-on. So you guys will be seeing this on my birthday. My plan is to have the Morale Fiber duster done by my birthday, and then be able to cast on another garment for myself. Yeah, I think all three of the ones that I have on the like maybe pile right now are knitting. So we have 3 different ones. We have the Breeze Racerback by Jessie May, and I have this really lovely number from Chemknits. I took the tag off of it because I was going to put it into a ball, and I don't remember what it is. I know that she uses mostly knit pick spaces for her yarn. And I think this was one of the ones with silk in it. So, I could probably go hunt down the tag, but again, I am running out of battery. And then the other option, which might be better suited to a different garment at some point, is this Villana Tiptoe Sock. This colorway is called Not a Cloud in the Sky, and it's 40% superwash merino, 45% superwash merino, 40% linen, and 15% nylon. So I got this, and I'm like, I love this color. It's like this really lovely, heathery sky blue, and the linen bits are all like natural sort of cream color. It's beautiful. Like, I wish that the lighting was cooperating with me a bit better here. So when I got this and I unboxed it, this was the May, I believe, box. Because I think so this was the last one I got, and I don't remember if I canceled it in May or if I canceled it in June. Don't remember. So this was the last one I got. I really quite like it. I just didn't think that I would like it as socks, even as summertime socks. But I thought that I could probably get away with it as a shirt. So this one I have been planning to make the Breeze Racerback. So if I don't make the Breeze Racerback with this one right now, this one will become a Breeze Racerback at some point. This one might be better suited to something else. Maybe? I don't know. Option 2 is another one that I've been talking about forever, and that is the Water Bearer cardigan by Jacqueline Sizelak, and that it would be in this lovely color here, which is Universal Yarn Infusion Hand Paints. It's a 50 superwash wool, 50 acrylic, and this color is Hydropower. And it's a really lovely green, blue, turquoise, teal color. And then, so yeah, that's the only option for that one, because this is the only yarn I have that much yarn in. Then the third option is the Waka Marie, I believe, by Aroha Knits. And I have 3 options. So we have Karen Cotton Cake 1. This one is dark cocoa, which I don't know if you can tell, but it's not really brown. It's very mauvey, which is really funny to me considering Rebecca from ChemKnits recent-ish videos about her muck dye and how it's like brown but purple, and like the espresso bean dye and all of that. So did not go out and buy this one because of that. I bought this one because I thought it would work well with the other colors in the duster, and never wound up using this one, just wound up using the gray. And then we have this one, which is Heather, which my shirt is slightly more blue than this yarn is in person. So I have 1 each of those, which according to my measurements and everything should be enough. And then I have this cream cotton in the color Pale Orchid, and this is a 87% cotton, 13% nylon, and I have 2 of these, and this one is pretty much the exact same color as my shirt in person. I have 2 of these, and again, should be enough yardage. This one is a much like softer, fluffier sort of yarn. So I don't know if it would like look that nice with something with that much cable detailing. So that's why I might use one of these 2, because they're very crisp, sturdy yarns, and I don't foresee them like warping out of place like I see this one potentially doing. So yeah, those are my birthday cast-on options. I'm leaning towards the Breeze in this rather than any of the other ones, because it's a simpler knit, but as I have stated in the past, I get really bored really easily with just plain stockinette in one color. Hopefully the fact that it's a really lovely variegated from my like favorite dyer ever will make me not get bored, but who knows. So that's birthday cast on. The next thing is I got this lovely clear teapot. It is glass, so I need to be kind of careful with it, at the thrift store the other day for $4. It's nice and large, like it's the size of my head, so it needs a cozy. So I have this really lovely true purple yarn. It's a DK wool blend, I believe merino, from a very fancy brand. I got it at Tuesday Morning a while ago. I have some bulky from the same brand that I might be making into a sweater at some point. So I'm gonna make just like a very traditional, very kind of lame one that's just like ribbed and just goes on there, because it's very large and I would like to keep my tea warm while I'm drinking it. Because occasionally I do have tea. It's not just coffee and alcohol. Then Yulemas plans. We are at 38 minutes right now. Okay, so Yulemas plans. Right now I have 3, 4-ish. So the first one is to finish up the little advent calendar I was making for my cats. Basically, just last year, I started making these little miniature crochet stockings. I don't want to go dig in the closet to get them out for you, to show them to you, but I have to do like 7 more. I have to do the other half of them, essentially. So this is Premier Home Cotton Basics Sparkle or Glitz. I think it's called Glitz. Yeah, Glitz. And they all have the gold. I got this at Tuesday Morning as well. I think they actually discontinued either the Glitz line entirely or specifically these colors. Not sure though. It could have been that they were like on at Tuesday Morning and on sale on the Premier website because it was Christmas time, or like really close to Christmas. They're like, oh, no one's gonna make Christmas colors right now because it's too close. Me, I'm buying them. I'm buying Christmas colors 2 days before fucking Christmas because I'm insane. Anyway, so there's those. I'm gonna finish those up. Initially I thought that maybe I can make a granny square, like the granny square stockings full size for those of us that live here. So I had started some of those squares last year. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to definitely finish up the mini stockings for the cats before I start doing this. And then last year I got a skein of this. I think I don't remember if I bought the skein of this from the thrift store, if I bought it from Michael's. I bought this one at the thrift store, and I made one of those like magic crochet pot holders, you know, the ones that like you start doing it and then you fold it and like you know the ones I'm talking about. If you've made them, you know. So this is what was left over, and I made a little granny square out of it. I think at one point I was thinking about making a throw blanket of leftover dishcloth cotton granny squares, because I thought that that might be nice. I don't know, but I found another one at the thrift store today, or not today, the other day. So I have that now to work on and do something with. Potentially I'm going to knit mitered square dishcloths with it, so I can have like a full set of dishcloths of like kitchen pot holder stuff in Christmassy colors. I don't know if that'll work out. I don't know. Then the next two are gifts. So if you get gifts from me, now is your time to tune out. The first one is this lovely number that was at the thrift store. This is a Rowan Magpie Tweed. And there's the tag on it, if you want to see that. Like, that's insane to me. I got this at the thrift store for $2, I think. So I'm gonna make the hipster best friend, or the goth best friend's husband. Yeah, I know, that's really funny, isn't it? A hat using this, because I feel like this color would look absolutely great with his complexion. He has this really lovely, like, golden tan. I love him. I will wax poetic about my friends. I am that gay. So yeah, he will get a hat out of this. His birthday is also, like, really super soon, and I think I need to make him a new pair of socks, because I don't think I've made him, like, a new one in forever. And he was actually the first person to ever get a pair of hand-knit socks from me. And I made them with worsted weight acrylic a really long ass time ago. Like, oh shit. 7 years ago? 7, 8 years ago? Yeah, something like that. I can't recall if I was still in high school and I did it over a summer, or if I was just out of high school and I did it over the summer. Yeah, they're old, if he even still has them. So yeah, this into a hat, and then I have to figure out a new pair of socks for him. Then I found 6.5-ish yarns of this. It's Plymouth Encore. It says that the color is drifting, but on the website I managed to find more of it on. It's just called turquoise mix or something, teal mix, something like that. So I found 6.5, so this is the half skein. And it is a Aran weight, worsted Aran, heavy worsted. And I plan on making my mom a sweater out of this. So I have to go buy 6 more skeins of it. Thankfully it's only like $30, I think. But the original 6 was like less than $6, because that was, yeah, my total at the thrift store the day I found this was $6. And I also found the rainbow cotton I showed you, and the Spumoni patterns, and then 6.5 of these, and then something else too. So yeah, that is all of the yarn content. I'm gonna show you 3 more things, and then I'm gonna say my goodbyes and charge my phone, and probably go drink some honey and lemon water, because my throat hurts from talking too much. So, as I said, I do witchy shit. Or did I say that in this take? I don't remember. So I do witchy shit. These are all of the leaves from my hibiscus tree, my hibiscus bush. Me and my girlfriend, are going to do the hibiscus conditioner thing with these and see what that does for our hair. Which isn't necessarily a witchy thing in and of itself, but this is. So this is all of the wood that we trimmed off. I like this one a lot. So this one will probably be turned into a wand here soon. Potentially I will also turn these guys into wands for my Etsy store, because I think that might be cool. Yeah, and I'll be eventually reopening the Etsy store here soon-ish too. And then I also made flower crowns for Letha initially. So I took some gold wire and I braided it and then hot glued fake flowers to it. And this was not supposed to be the yarn that like the tie color was, but I didn't take the time to find my green ribbon and just used pink yarn. The next thing is not witchy related. It's very cute and very dorky. My girlfriend and I were at Michael's the other day and we somehow managed not to go over into the yarn section. I think it was because we were using the bus and like didn't have the time for it or whatever. But I bought a birdhouse and she bought a bird feeder that were like the plain wood that you paint yourself. So I bought a pirate ship. And of course I took immense pleasure in making it like look like wood grainy. If I had steadier hands, I definitely would have gone in there and drawn little lines to make it look like they were planks. Yeah. So I even put, as you can see, I even put little white spots on to be barnacles. Mixed up my favorite color to paint like details. And I did, you can't really tell because the paint color I wound up mixing basically is the same as the unpainted wood. But I did paint the sails like a soft peachy linen kind of color. I did not do the pirate insignia because I'm like kind of on the fence about whether I like it or not, but I do think it's super cool. So yeah, that is everything. One more cheers for the road. See you guys later. Happy unbirthday to those of you whose birthday it is not, and happy birthday to me and those that it is. Love you, bye-bye.